I like this picture, homeless and wireless. This man is homeless, but he's also wireless. And I want to make a point with this. The point is, Brian Lamb, who's a Canadian colleague of mine, he says this: given the crisis in economics and the environment and the many challenges we face in modern society, it seems perverse to hoard knowledge in any form. It seems crazy to hold on to it when you can give it away for free. Do you know one of the most important phrases I ever learned in German was, ich habe keine Ahnung. So, it's useful in lots of contexts. Where's my taxi? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Why is my flight delayed? Ich habe keine Ahnung. What is the government doing with my money? Ich habe keine Ahnung. What is the government doing with money? Who knows? But this is a fact. There are people in this world who are homeless and they have no access to education. But we can give them access because many of them have wireless connections. I was in the townships of South Africa 5 years ago. And the townships of South Africa are very poor. You have people there living under plastic sheets and cardboard boxes. They have no home. They have escaped from war-torn areas and come south to South Africa, and they are living in squalor. They are living in poverty. But I went back recently, last year, to Johannesburg, and I noticed that now every one of them virtually has a mobile phone. They may have no money, they may have no job, they may have no home, but they have a mobile phone. They have a handy. And the important thing here to remember is that with that handy, with that mobile phone, they are able to access information to get them a job, to find them a home, to get them somewhere to go and stay, to find them food, water, accommodation. The mobile phone is going to be the game changer. It will be the thing that changes the world, and it will be the thing that will make our society more open. So, why do we hoard knowledge? Why do we keep it to ourselves? Why do we maintain this wall around knowledge and learning? The answer is on the screen. It's about money. It's about Geld. Yeah? It's all about this. And this is a big problem. Just think about that for a moment. It's a great picture, but the problem is that is permanent. It doesn't rub away. It's not like a blackboard. You know, it doesn't rub off. And it's pointing the way to school. It's pointing the way to education. If you think education is expensive, says Derek Bock, you should try ignorance, because that is a bigger problem. And it will cost more if our society is ignorant of the facts. If they have no knowledge, it is a big problem. This is what Albert Einstein said. And this is so true. See, the thing is, if we can present children with the best possible conditions for learning, if we can present our students with an enriched, enhanced environment in which they can be the best they can possibly be, this is the whole point of education. This is where we should be going. We should provide them with the best conditions. I heard a very, very interesting quote from Stephen Heppel last week when he was speaking at my conference in Plymouth. And he said this, and I'm going to re-quote him, because it's worth re-quoting. He said, "The children of this generation will astonish us with their learning, but only if we astonish them by providing the best conditions under which they will learn." How do we do that? How do we become open? How do we share knowledge in a way that is going to inspire young people, that is going to excite them, that is going to engage them? Well, there are ways of doing this by providing these best conditions. One of the ways is to help them to self-organize their learning. Do you realize that around about 70%, that is almost 3/4 of the learning that we engage in, is actually outside of the classroom? It's on the bus, it's at home, it's walking with friends, it's sitting in a coffee bar, or sitting in a pub, in most cases in England anyway. Informal learning, self-organized learning, is probably the most learning that we will do in life. Now, how do we get the excitement of this into the classroom? And how do we get the formality and the importance of classroom learning out into informal learning? Well, the answer is to be open. The answer is to engage with technologies that will help us to achieve this. These are the 6 things that I believe are important for self-organized learning. Obviously, communication and reflection, collaboration with other people, the sense of community, the sense of connecting together. Who is using Twitter now? Some of you. I'd like to see a lot more hands go up than that, because Twitter, to me, is one of the most powerful connecting tools that exist, that are known to mankind today. And the reason I say that is because it's quite simple. If I have a question, and I say, do I know the answer to this question? No, I don't. Where do I go for the answer? This is a problem. Where do I go for the answer to the question? So, I Twitter. And I put the question up. And within 5 minutes, I will get maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 answers back from very real experts in the world somewhere. This is the power of connection. This is the power of tools like Twitter. They are open tools that anybody can use for free. And they will connect you with knowledge in a way that you just won't believe until you try it. So I encourage you all to try Twitter and to see if it works for you. Give it time as well, and persist. Creative tools, amplification of ideas through these tools. These are all important things. The global context. Let's talk about the field that we're working within today. This little lad here, he's sat playing with these items here. Do you know what they are? Wires. This is old telephone cables. They are being ripped out, taken away, because there are less and less of them all the time as we go more wireless. He's sat in the middle of all this. And here are some facts for you. The first fact, there are 5 billion mobile phone connections. 3 times as many as there are computers. And they are growing and growing all the time. Second fact, data consumed in last year on mobiles, 2.8 exabytes. This was more than twice the year before. That's a huge amount of data. Fact 3, social media use is on the rise with over 550 million users on Facebook and 24 hours of video uploaded every minute on YouTube. Most of it's rubbish, but some of it is very good. And some of it can be used for teaching in a very authentic way. We must not ignore these facts, because this is a phenomenon. This is global. This is happening now. As I speak, there are even more people subscribing to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Flickr and all the other free tools out there. That's the global context. This is an amazing picture here. Do you know what it is? Have a look. Obama. It's Obama, correct. And what's he doing here? He's speaking to his audience. But can you see what the audience are doing? And what have they got in their hands? Cameras, connections. What they're doing is they are sharing their experience with people who cannot be there. They're saying, I'm here at the moment, this is what I'm experiencing, I'm connecting with you, this matters to me, and therefore it should matter to you as well. And do you know the people that receive these pictures and the sound and all of the images coming from this event, they will experience it in a connected way as well, because they know the people who is sending it to them. Can you see what's happening up closer here? This guy here, he actually has a laptop. I don't know if I can show it to you, but yeah, he's live streaming from the event. I'm here, this is a live video of me with Obama in front of me here. I'm touching him. So this is amazing that we can connect so very, very quickly and immediately with people around the world, just with a simple handheld device. It's so thin and so small in your pocket. This is important. Mobile use. I won't go too far into this, but look at this here, at the bottom here. This is an open source tool here, and it's already a third of the world's operating systems are now Nokia Symbian. That's incredible. Look at Microsoft. Sorry, Bill, wherever you are. You're losing on the mobile front. More facts for you. 90% have mobile connectivity now. 90% of people in the world. I told you about the South Africans. This is exciting because this means that it will change lives. 4.1 billion mobile phone subscribers in the world. This is more than 2/3 of the world's population. 1.27 billion fixed line and going down all the time. I saw some phones in Brussels airport yesterday and I thought, what are those? But of course, very few people use them these days. Everybody has a mobile phone in their pocket now. 22 countries now have more phones than people, and the USA is not one of them. And here's just some more facts for you. Facebook is on the rise. 61% of educators say they have a Facebook account. Who has a Facebook account here? See, more hands than Twitter. Twitter is down the bottom at the moment. What about YouTube? Who has used YouTube with their students? Again, an impressive amount of people. Who has used Twitter with their students? Some of you, not so many. So it's 3, 2, 1, like so. It depends on the tool. It also depends on what you are trying to convey. But I want to say this to you. Try not to concentrate on the technology. Think more about the pedagogy. In other words, don't think about the tools you are using. Think about what they are for. You don't see an electrician coming into your house to wire something for you, and he's saying, look at these tools, these are amazing tools. This is a drill I have here, and here is a wire cutter, and this is a potentiometer for measuring the voltage. No, he doesn't do that. He concentrates on the job of wiring your house. So why do we as teachers concentrate so much on the technology? It's just a tool. It's like a pencil. That's all it is. Maybe a bit more complicated, but it's simply a tool. So we should concentrate more on the learning, on the pedagogy behind it. And here are some trends for you to think about. These are 6 trends that David Wiley suggests about openness. He suggests that we're moving from the analog to the digital, from the tether to the mobile, and so on. And here's the challenge. Only 2 of those have actually been realized. Only the top 2 have been realized when we talk about e-learning, whatever the E stands for. The rest we have a problem with, and the question is, we have the technology to do this, but do we actually have the will to become more open? Well, we'll see in the near future. I love this quote from Kevin Kelly. How can technology make a person better? Only in this way, by providing each person with chances, opportunities. I was involved in a project in the United States, in a place called South Dakota. You know where this is? South Dakota, in the middle of America, where Mount Rushmore is. And it's a very, very thinly populated state. It's maybe 350 kilometers by 450 kilometers square. And there are less than 750,000 people living there. So it's very, very sparsely populated. And back in 2001, we had a project where we wired every school, 320 schools in the whole of the state, with broadband technology. In 2001, this was very, very groundbreaking work. We put in full